Prestige to be high. So this Casus Belli against Rhizon is actually even better than the one we're using against Great Horde.
Okay.
So when you're ready, go ahead and declare the war and move some troops into Rhizon.
All right, grabbing them down.
He's only got 2 provinces. So we're gonna move an 8 stack to Yelitz. Well, actually, maybe you can move that stack with our general straight onto the enemy capital. Maybe that's a little better.
Onto Tula's the capital.
That's right. So go ahead and move the first army with the general to Tula, and we have the second army coming from Edkara to Yelitz.
All right. And we're paused.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Sorry.
Okay, looks like we're slowly making it though.
Yep. No desyncs or anything either, which is pretty good. So we're gonna have a battle. We're gonna go ahead and have a battle here. We're gonna attack some Rhizonian troops, and actually, there's a couple Great Horde troops in there too. But I think we're gonna be okay for warfare. We outnumber them. We've got a general. Wow. The Great Horde general that's in charge in this battle is a 1/6. He's got 6 shock. Holy shit. It's quite a bit. I don't think it's gonna be enough to save him, but who knows?
We might lose a few extra men.
We might lose a few extra men, but I think we're gonna be okay. Especially because I think Rhizon was not at full army maintenance.
You want to explain this a little bit to me?
Oh, yeah, shit. Okay, so every battle has a terrain type, every army has discipline, every army has morale, and every military has tactics. The higher the tactics, the better. Higher the morale, the better. Higher the discipline, the better. The terrain affects supply limit, but it also affects what are called rolls. So every battle has a dice roll from 1 to 9 on your side and a 1 to 9 on the enemy side. It's random. It's completely random. The only thing that you can do to affect it is terrain either makes your rolls better or worse, and your general either adds a roll or a couple points to your roll or takes them away from the enemies, right? So our general is a 1-2-2-0. So every fire phase we get +1 to our roll. Every shock phase we get +2 to our shock. But the enemy general is a 1-6-0-0. So every fire phase they get a +1, and every shock phase they get a fucking whopping 6. Kind of bad, right? It's a pretty maney general that they have there. Now, what was the roll right now in this fire phase?
It was a 2.
That's right. On our side and his side. However, what's our morale and our discipline?
So we have discipline of 100, and we have a morale of 2.7.
And what are the enemy stats?
105 and 2.9.
So basically, if these two armies were completely equal, if we had exactly the same composition of forces, kind of like a game of chess, 1-on-1, our troops would actually do worse than his troops. Because he's got 105 discipline, 2.9 tactics, and he's got a really good general, and he's a horde, right? He's a steppe nomad government, and all steppe nomads get 25% shock damage on flat terrain. Anything that has to do with grassland, or steppe territory, or flat land. So, if these circumstances were a little more even, if the Golden Horde, or if the Great Horde and Rhizon had a few more troops, we would actually probably lose this battle. But we're not going to, because we actually outnumber him quite substantially. So we're going to win this battle. I think we're going to do just fine.
Okay.
So here's the next shock phase. We rolled a 3. What did he roll?
A 1 on the die, but he gets an automatic 4
That's
for
right,
his
because
shock.
of his shock. That's right. Our guy has 2 shock. He has 6. So we negate, instead of his 6, we negate 2 points from his shock. So his benefit's just 4. It's not as high as it usually would be. But still, he gets a 4 advantage. You know?
So the game knows to go at this. So the game just goes in and says, okay, we won't show a negative.
Yeah.
On that.
We're just going to show that he has the higher shock. Basically.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if we had a 6 shock general, and he had a 6 shock general, no one would get a benefit. There'd be no benefit for either of us in the shock phase. We basically cancel out each other's benefits. Although that's pretty rare. That'd be nice, but yeah. Okay, so what's this roll in the fire phase?
So we got a 0 and they got a 1.
Yep. So it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Oh my god. In that last roll, he got a 12 to our 9. Holy shit. Okay, so we won the battle, and this is a battle results screen. It tells you about the results of a battle. How many men did we lose?
So we lost combined, like just regular infantry, or are you talking about both?
Yeah, I usually just go with combined.
So we lost about 2,700.
And how much did he lose?
About 3,400.
Yep.
Rounding.
There's a couple of different stats up at the top. There's one for prestige, army tradition, war exhaustion. How much did we gain of each?
We gained 1.73 prestige, 1.19 or 1.9, excuse me, army tradition, and we gained 0.18 war exhaustion.
And for the enemy, what did they get?
They lost 1.15 prestige. They gained 22.5 army tradition, and they also gained 0.67 war exhaustion.
So, army tradition is basically, you know, what it kind of sounds like, how militaristic your nation is, like how much of a military tradition you have. Like a country like Germany has a strong army tradition, you know, in a country like
Luxembourg.
I don't know, Luxembourg. They don't have a strong army tradition. They don't go to war that often. You know, they haven't killed many countries. Or Sweden. Sweden hasn't been in a war since fucking 1809, you know? So when you lose battles, your army tradition is actually higher than when you gain battles. Because you learn more when you lose than learning when you win, right? When you win, you just think you're arrogant. When you lose, you're like, shit, we gotta do better. War exhaustion, high war exhaustion is bad. Prestige obviously is good when it's high. How much war score did we get in this battle?
6.66.
That's right. It's quite a bit. From just
what is
one
up
battle.
with the 666s, man?
Yeah, I know, man. The devil's number, man. Shit. Someone's looking out for us. So yeah. So we that's quite a bit of war score. 6% from one battle is kind of a lot. You can have a max of, I believe, 25 from war score, or like 50 or some shit. So you have to usually get sieges to demand stuff in wars. Battles are good, but they're usually not enough to get land from. So now we're going to siege down Tula. And we're going to siege down Yelitz. And how's our siege of Saratov going?
It's at 42%.
So it means that when that siege, basically when the siege has gone on for another 28 days. Oh no, our siege ticks are actually 31 days. So every 31 days, there's a new phase in the siege. Something will happen. A new event or something. There's a 42% chance in the next siege phase that we take the province. So let's see.
Okay.
So we actually did not take Saratov at 42%. We gotta wait a little more. But we took in Yelitz.
So you know, we got a diplomatic approach of the Queen, gain 50 Diplo.
That's it? That's just an event?
Yeah.
Sure.
Gain 50 Diplo for the Queen.
Sure. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and destroy that army in Pronsk?
All right. Grab that Yelitz crew to run up there for us.
Sounds like a plan. So did you see that? Did you see that river crossing thing?
No, I have missed it. I didn't get a chance.
There was a little icon over battles where you take penalties either in terrain, like a defender wants to defend in mountains. there'd be a little icon letting you know, hey, you're losing, you're taking a disadvantageous battle here. Or when you cross a river, hey, after you attack, you cross a river crossing. It'll also let you know, hey, this battle is disadvantageous to you. It's just kind of a visual indicator, like maybe you should not take this fight.
Okay. Let's see, we got 2.22 score for that battle.
Yep. So it's okay. You know, it's fine. And, ooh, we just took Saratov. Cool. So now, what we can do is you could peace out the Great Horde. You could actually just demand some land from them. Go ahead and right click. You see where in the bottom, you see where the shields are?
Yeah.
You see where the shields are? Go ahead and right click on the Lithuanian conquest of Voronezh against the Great Horde, where the Great Horde's flag is.
All right.
So now you can start to demand stuff. You can demand stuff in your peace deal from the Great Horde. What do you think we should demand?
Well, we definitely want to demand Voronezh.
Yep.
I don't know after that.
So I'm thinking because we're going to conquer Ryazan right now, maybe we take the other provinces that are closer to Ryazan. So basically be Ryazan itself, Pronsk, and Tambov. What do you think about that?
So you're saying take Ryazan, take Tambov, and then get Voronezh too?
Yeah. I would like to take Pronsk. However, it's taken by the Circassians. And the Circassians are sieging down Ryazan right now. They actually can't progress in their siege because they don't outnumber the enemy garrison. So perhaps we will actually just abandon, we'll let our army, let's go put them back in Yelets. And we're going to see if the Circassians leave the siege of Ryazan. Because they can't continue with the siege, obviously. And we're also going to grab our army in Saratov. We're going to have them go to Voronezh. And we're just going to wait, I think, for a second. We'll see if we can demand Ryazan and Pronsk. Because you got to remember, you have to have a fort in order to be able to take an area surrounding it. Do the Circassians own Ryazan?
No, they don't.
Have they occupied Pronsk?
Yes.
If they were to leave the siege of Ryazan, would Pronsk still be occupied by the Circassians?
No, because it would revert back, right?
That's right. So perhaps we just wait for a second and see if Pronsk will go back to the Great Horde. And if it does, we would be able to demand it for ourselves.
Okay.
So let's just wait for a second. Let's see what the Circassians do.
So all strategic moves here.
Yep, basically.
Oh, there's a little bear on the map.
Yeah, actually, that has to do, I think, usually with the time of year. Like when it's wintertime, all of the forts and stuff in you know, like say Russia or something will all have snow on them. You know, bears. You'll see bears walking around. I think you see whales in the ocean. We got a peace offer from the Great Horde.
Want me to check it out?
Let's open it up, see what it says.
Okay. They're suing for peace. Great Horde will cede Voronezh to Lithuania. So we get our base thing. Great Horde will be forced to give Lithuania 10% of their income. So they're going to pay war reps. That'll last for 10 years. Great Horde will pay 165 ducats to us. Will result in 0.3 inflation for us, though. With the conquest cast spell, Lithuania will suffer 5.9 aggressive expansion. We'll gain 4 prestige. They'll lose 4, and then we'll get 4 power projection.
That's right. So, do you think this would be a good peace deal to take, or do you think we can demand more?
Hey, I want to try to get more.
That's right. So we're going to go ahead and decline.
So
I usually like to make peace deals on my terms, not the enemy's. I'll take a peace deal if I'm losing a war and they offer mild terms, which they sometimes can do. I'm okay with that. But in this war, I'm pretty sure we have the upper hand, so we're going to wait.
Okay.
So for the siege of Ryzon, or for the siege of Tula, do we have a couple too many troops there?
Yeah.
So
Just
how
a
many?
few.
How many should you probably pull off? Because you gotta
Well,
remember.
it takes
Go ahead.
it takes 3, but we need that 1 extra, right?
Yeah, and that 1 extra I keep for things like disease outbreaks usually. So if instead of 6,000 men, because you see that we just got a disease outbreak there. Instead of 6,000 men there, maybe we should just keep 4,000.
Okay.
So go ahead and pull off a few troops. Go and select the army.
Okay.
And right below where it says, or right below where it has friendlies can attach, go to the 2 arrows, the 2 green arrows that says create new unit.
Okay.
And now you can transfer troops between your current unit and a new one. So we're going to transfer troops from the 1st army to a new 4th army that we created.
Okay.
And just make it so that the 1st army only has 4,000 men instead of 6.
Okay, so I'll pull off. All right. Well, we want to have at least 4,000. Not it also counts at the men too. So
That's right. Yeah, some of our regiments aren't a strength. We might have to, consider that.
Okay, so I've got 4,000. I've got the others 3. So pull off, select, and I guess I'll just move them to where Verona is probably.
Everything is good. Perfect.
Okay. We got a 14% chance this time. Is that right?
Yep. Yep.
Still low, but I mean, I guess it's possible.
Yeah, we haven't gotten a wall breach yet. So 14% on a fort with no wall breach is not bad. A wall breach would probably make it like 42%, 49%. I get pretty unlucky in my sieges. I don't know why. Like I've had ridiculous sieges. I've been at like 71%, and I won't take the fort for like 4 months. I've had ridiculously bad luck. It's ridiculous. It's completely random. It's completely random. The sieges are completely random. There's things you can do to make your chances better, but usually it's completely random. It's a random number.
Okay.
So now we're at 42%. We still have gotten no wall breach.
Do we have to like repair walls later on or something, or does that do it on its own?
No, it really just kind of does it on its own. Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be kind of interesting.
I mean, part of your whatever your cost afterwards, you have to pay to fix that fort.
All right, so
there it goes.
Let's go and pause. The Great Horde wants another peace deal, but fuck them. So we're gonna go and right click on Ryzon. Go ahead and click on it.
Okay.
And we basically want a full annexation, right? I mean, is there a reason to vassalize him? Maybe. I don't really see too much of a reason to vassalize him. I think just taking the territory is okay. So go ahead and click on Yelets and Tula.
Well, I got to go to that select this option, right? Yeah. Okay.
And when you fully annex a country, you get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also demand all the money in their treasury. So go ahead and go down where it says Ducats.
Okay.
And you can shift and left mouse button will demand all of their money.
Okay, so we'll get 63.
63 ducats, that's right. And we're going to demand the full annexation of Ryzon. And go ahead and send the demands. They'll probably accept.
Wait, is there like a thing that says full annexation somewhere? Am I looking for that?
Yeah, right? What's the summary? That'll tell you about the peace deal.
Yeah.
What does it say?
Let's see. Is it? Yeah, okay, there it is. We demand their full annexation. They'll pay 63, okay. We'll get 1.11 inflation. It's going to cost us 24 Diplo, and we'll suffer 9.8 aggressive expansion and get 3.7 prestige. Not bad. So
That's
send
right.
it.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Now we have to wait a day for them to respond. And they
All
agreed.
right.
Victory in the Lithuanian-Ryazanian border war. How many men did we lose?
Alrighty. We lost. I'm guessing these numbers are the ones that we actually care about at the bottom.
The totals?
Yeah.
How many men?
49,950.
Yep.
4,000, almost 5,000. 4,200.
Now, how many men did we lose to attrition?
2,000.
Yeah. And we lost how many to combat?
About 3,000.
Yep.
A little shy.
So, you want to minimize both, if preferable, obviously.
Okay.
We need our Lithuanian boys. So we're gonna close that, and we can also close the Herald from Ryzon because we already know that we fully annexed that place. And now, let's see if we can finish up this war with the Great Horde. I think Circassia still has made no real progress on that siege of Ryzon. I think we do just perhaps be patient and wait. I think perhaps we do just be patient and wait, see what happens with Circassia. Perhaps there's another peace deal. Because I think we do want Ryzon and Pronsk. Yeah. So I think we're just gonna unpause and wait and see what happens with Circassia.
Okay.
Whether or not he pieces out or something. He might demand some stuff, who knows. In the meantime, we've now claimed 2 different provinces. At the top left, actually, let's go ahead and take a look at the top left real quick. We can invest in new technology. Go ahead and invest in admin and military.
Okay, go ahead and get the military. Go ahead and get the admin.
So what did the military do for us?
The little message that popped up?
Yep.
I already clicked through it, but I know it gave us pikemen.
Well, it gave us military tactics, which is good because you want military tactics to be high, but it also gave us something called land morale. It increased land morale by 0.5, which is huge. That's like a straight buff. Pretty important. So, going from Tech 3 to Tech 4, pretty damn important. What would military technology 5 give us?
Number 5, the standardized pike. Let's see. Doesn't really say. Oh, okay. It gives us Eastern infantry shock to 0.15, supply limit plus 50%, combat width of +2, and then infantry and cavalry shock boost.
Yep. That one's also pretty important too. Let's come over here to the top bar. And there's a scroll with a plus. Some of your provinces lack cores. Go and click on that.
Okay.
It's going to bring you up to a screen here. It's going to show you the provinces of your country that do not have any cores. You've not emplaced your government, your laws, your rules in those provinces. We can begin coring now.
Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. Wave of obscurantism. Of obscurance. Okay, I had to read that like once or twice in my head. So, as a typical response to different kinds of problems, obscurantism was a frequent behavior in most nations, at least until the Age of Enlightenment arose in the most advanced Western nations of the European continent. Gives us, looks like 3 different choices. Knowledge is power. We get obscurantism until 15th of March, 1459, so 5 years. And gives us the following effects of national unrest of +2. We get ignorance is bliss, where we lose 10 prestige. Or we must divert state resources to counteract this dark trend, and we can lose 5 admin. So we can either gain national unrest, lose 2 prestige, or lose 5 admin.
So, considering our religious unity, pretty crappy, right? We rule over a lot of people that do not believe in our faith. And we're about to take land from Sunnis, so that's bad. Do you think national unrest going up would be a good thing?
No.
And is prestige expendable?
Yes.
And a little bit of admin, can we afford to spare it?
Well, doesn't it take admin to get these cores?
It does take admin, but these provinces are actually not that much to core anyway. And how much admin do we generate a month?
6, right?
Yeah. So spending a
Yeah,
little bit
so
of admin and losing a little bit of prestige to avoid national unrest is probably okay.
well, we had the choice to do either one. We had 3 choices. One will be lose 10, and the other one will be to lose 5.
Is the one that says lose 5? Is that because of our ruler? Is it yellow?
It's green. It's because due to our ruler having being a scholar.
Ah, yeah, that one. Okay, so we don't need to lose 10 prestige then. We can just lose to 5 admin, because in 1
Okay.
month we're gonna generate 6. So we lost 1 month of admin generation. Holy shit, that's like crazy, right? So
We'll have a net gain. Yeah.
yeah, that's because our ruler is a scholar. The traits of your
Okay.
ruler give you certain little abilities like that. Some of them are really, really powerful. Some of them are super powerful. Like this one, I would actually say is pretty smart. 10 prestige, 2 unrest, or you just pay 5 admin. That's not bad.
We'll take. Yeah.
So
All
I'm gonna
right.
pick
You
that
just
one.
lost 5, but that's good.
And now you can also begin the cores of our new territories.
Okay. So we have Tula and Yelets.
And then go ahead and click the
Tula
button Make
costs-
Core. It'll tell you how much it'll cost, what's affecting that cost, and how long it's going to take.
Okay. So I could only do Tula.
That's right. So we have to wait another month. We're going to have some to make Yelets a core.
Alrighty. Telling you, if we would have had that 5 admin, man.
I know. It's a terrible fate. Shit, man. Whatever we're going to do. All right. I think, we'll see what happens with Circassia. Once he probably takes Ryzon, he'll probably just demand some stuff from the Great Horde. But I don't think he's going to take Prawn Score Ryzon. I would be very surprised if Circassia demanded both of those. In fact, he can't, because he can't make them into cores. He might release Ryzon, though. That's a possibility.
He's just sitting there on it, doing nothing with it.
Yeah, he's actually trying to siege it down. He's actually got enough troops to make the siege advance a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that now. So does coring like take the same amount of time no matter what, or how does that work?
No, so coring, when you take provinces that are not your religion and not your culture, coring can take a long time. I think these 2 cores here are like 3 years. When you take provinces that are of your culture and of your religion, it can take like maybe 12 months, maybe 18 months. So it's affected by the culture and the religion usually.
Oh, okay.
So this Siege of Ryzon should finish up here pretty soon. We're actually still generating a spy network in the Great Horde, which is funny. We could probably leave now. I don't think we need that. I don't think we need that anymore.
We're actually losing a little bit of money.
Yeah, wars are expensive, so you'll probably lose a little bit of money usually. That's why I say you should keep a war chest when you go to war, but you don't necessarily want a lot of money when you're in peace. Now, surprise declarations and stuff can happen though, so.
So it's best to have a little bit of money, but not a lot of money.
Yeah, like, you know, kind of like they say, I guess, in modern day politics, you know, money taxed is a money not spent, you know?
Right.
So when you have money in your treasury during peacetime, you want to be building buildings, you know, you want to be raising troops, you want to be spending that money on advisors. You don't really want to keep a huge treasury during you know, peacetime. And then during warfare, you want to have a war chest just in case you need to raise mercenaries, just in case you need to take a loan. You know, you got to pay for some troops, pay for reinforcement costs, raise some troops that you need really quickly. Having a war chest is good for then, you know, so you can pay mercenaries, things like that. But usually you want to try and use your money as effectively as possible, which in my opinion is usually just buildings. The only other thing you use money for besides raising troops and paying for your expenses and stuff is embracing institutions. When you get, say, the Renaissance, when we get the Renaissance in all of our country, you know, there's a Renaissance happening, and you're ready to embrace that institution and make it so that your technology cost is not growing more expensive. Because you can go over to our technology screen, go to the country view, and click on the gears.
Okay.
When you go for the institution's tech penalty, what is it right now?
0. Oh no, tech penalty. Never mind. 3%.
That's right.
My bad. I'm looking in the wrong area.
So we're paying an extra 3% right now because we don't have the Renaissance. It's gonna make things harder for us. We don't have any technology. You know? When you embrace the institution, that costs money. So right now, we're not going to get a Renaissance for a long time. And when we do get the Renaissance, we're going to need a good stack of cash to embrace that institution and make it official. Hey, we embrace the Renaissance. We're going to, you know, get the books, get the printing presses and shit, get the writing, you know? And that costs money. So money can be pretty important for institutions. But other than that, I use it for buildings and troops. That's it. You know? So, we're gonna see... Damn it, Tsukasi, you're still fucking in that siege. Come on, son. He's at 36% right now in his siege progress. He's taking attrition all this time. There we go. He finally took the damn siege. Let's see what the peace deal is gonna be.
They are fully occupied.
That's right. Now, that can be good and bad. It can be bad because we may not have the war score that we want to occupy the territory that we want. If every country has a little bit of war score, nobody has a lot. You know, it can be pretty bad. So, let's see if there will be a peace deal, though. Perhaps the Crimeans and the Circassians will not do it. We just got insulted by Hungary, which is not a big deal for me.
They're vile for doing that.
Damn Hungarians.
How dare they talk about our mother like that?
They're like your mama. She was in my Hungarian bedchamber last night. Alrighty, maybe we will not see an end of this war in this episode.
Maybe.
Because I think we're actually probably going to wrap this up here.
Okay.
Let's go and pause. Let's see. What year is it? It's 15th of April, 1455. Okay. I think what we're going to do is we're probably going to wrap this up for today. We've been through quite a bit in just 2 hours. It's actually been about two and a half hours now. About 2 hours.
Has it really been 2 hours?
Yep, about 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
About 2 hours or so. I think we'll probably just wrap this up here, and we'll finish up this war, and then we'll take things pretty slowly. Do you want to play tomorrow?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. That sounds like a plan. Let me go ahead and save the game so we can start tomorrow.
Alrighty.
And
anything I need to do on my end?
Yeah, I guess if you want to save on your end, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and save it here. We'll wrap up this war tomorrow, and then I'll teach you a little more stuff about coring, a little more stuff about revolts, converting stuff as far as religions.